Inspired by the life of the savvy and ambitious Colombian businesswoman Griselda Blanco comes a new Netflix original limited series. Griselda tells the story of a devoted mother who, with her lethal blend of charm and relentless savagery, creates one of the most powerful cartels in history. Witness Sofia Vergara's captivating transformation into the godmother of the underworld. Griselda, now streaming only on Netflix.
Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
Bare naked, bare naked, bare naked, ABCs.
Welcome to the Bare Naked of the ABCs, where we talk about every Bare Naked Lady song from Second to Y.
And tonight, B.L.A.M! Here we are. We're going backwards because I missed a song. So don't blame me for all the bad puns tonight, because tonight we are discussing a song that is a very deep cut. Like I was saying, I don't know how I missed this. They wrote this for a movie that was being made about them, about actually more about the fans.
Called Laser Team.
No, we're not covering Laser Team. No. Sorry. We already covered Laser Team.
That was a good episode.
Thank you. Tonight we're discussing the song B.L.A.M.
Hello city, I've been waiting to come to you. I've been driving all night to make it to the show. You see my favorite band's in town, and I know I'm not from around here, but I've got tickets for the front row.
And so it was used for the movie Bare Naked Ladies and Me.
Bare Naked Ladies and Me.
So as you can hear, I forgot to tell you, there's been a little bit of a change. I decided that Aaron had missed way too many episodes. I was really tired of having to look up the information online myself. So I was like, you know what? We're going to get another music expert in here to do our breakdowns for a while and kind of teach Aaron a lesson so that he is replaceable. So I would love to thank and welcome Trevor Cox back to the show. Thank you, Trevor.
Thank you, Trevor.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me back.
So Trevor, for your first official episode here,
yes,
can you give us the breakdown on this song?
Absolutely, and I can guarantee it will be 100% perfect. Breakdown. Trevor's gonna talk about construction in time. All right, the song "B.L.A.M." was recorded at 148 beats per minute. It was recorded with a capo in the 4th position. For any non-guitar players out there, a capo is a little clamp you put on the guitar to change the key. So this one was, I can see Jeff is holding his up right now. So yes, this song was recorded with a capo in the 4th position. So all these chords are relative to the capo. The verse goes G, D, and then to a C/G, where you put your pinky finger on the 3rd fret relative to the capo on the E string on the bottom, and that just repeats. The chorus is E minor, G, D, C, and that repeats. So the song goes verse 1, verse 2, chorus, verse 3, verse 4, chorus, and then we have a bridge, E minor, D, C, and that repeats 4 times. Then we go to a 3rd verse, 4th, 5th, 6th verse. Sorry, my notes are all in weird order. And then we have another chorus again, and that's it. That's the song.
Nice. I think that is the most succinct breakdown that we have ever had. Like, I think that's under a minute, and he covered everything that Aaron usually covers.
He really knows his stuff. He knows the song. That's clear.
Yeah.
He must have researched it.
By the way, I'd like to point the finger position on the key on the guitar. I mean,
He did, and I'd like to point out this song has way more chords than "Let There Be Light."
So the song is B.L.A.M, right? Is the lead singer George Michael?
No, not Wham.
Oh.
B.L.A.M.
I'm a little off. I'm sorry.
I think they were I think they were making a play on both the name of the movie, which is Bare Naked Ladies and Me, and also making a play on the name of their album that was last just before Steven left. Bare Naked Ladies are me, and our men. So I think that they were just trying to make a play on that.
Right.
That's pretty good. I like it.
I'm trying to figure out who sings this though, because it was done after Steven left the band.
No, it's got to be Kevin.
Sounds like Ed. I think it sounds like Ed.
You think it sounds like Ed?
I think it's a Tyler song.
But then again, I don't know who sings what. So
I mean it's very deep
George
for
Michael, for Pete's sakes.
I mean, it's a really deep for Kevin. I can't see Kevin. Like I could see Kevin writing the music. I could not see Kevin singing this.
Maybe they brought the roadie in to do this one. Like, hey Jim, you want to come? You want to come lay down some tracks? And Jim was like, absolutely.
Let me read those tracks, man. Those tracks are sick. Absolutely.
I can't find it anywhere, and I want to know who does sing it because it's a very different voice, and I like it. It's different, but
maybe the listener.
I love the vocals in the song. I think whoever sings this has a very silky delivery, a very powerful silky delivery. I love it. I think it's great.
Well, it's got to be Tyler. It's got to be Tyler then.
That's right.
Maybe the audience members, the people listening to the podcast, can send an email to see who's writing it or who actually sings it. That'd be fun to see who they think.
Trevor, you know a lot about the song. Who do you think sings it?
I think it's Tyler. It sounds like Tyler. We don't get to hear Tyler very much, and that's why I think if it's something we don't really recognize, it must be him.
Yeah,
that's because that sounds legitimate because you don't hear a lot of drums in the song.
I was gonna say there's not a lot of drums in this song though. So that's kind of weird.
Yeah,
drums don't kick in until about like the first chorus.
Yeah, and they're very simple. It's almost as if the person playing drums is not really a drummer.
or the drummer was singing.
It's right.
Like that. Well, that could be it.
Like Ringo, singing and playing at the same time.
When the drummer's singing, they go simple. They have to.
Yeah, that's true.
Man, I can't even eat and sing. So I mean, drumming and singing, that must be really really challenging.
I want to see you try, Stefan. Right now, I want to see you try to eat and sing.
That'll be the rest of the episode.
Okay, I'll have
Stefan trying to drum and sing.
Now the other thing is, I don't know why they decided to do this, but I can't hear Kevin. I can't hear Kevin or Jim at all in the background of this. Maybe I'm missing.
Why is that? Do we have any answers for that?
No, it's almost
were they on break?
Maybe it was like the whole thing that the Beatles did that one time when they were recording, and it was just Ringo and George went out and Paul and John just sat down and did two of us.
Do you even know who the Beatles are?
Yeah, why are you bringing up Ringo? He doesn't do enough in order to be brought into this conversation.
He drums and sings from time to time.
I mean, I met Ringo. Come on.
Did you really?
Trust me.
Did you meet Ringo?
I did, yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know it was him at first. So.
He sings Yellow Submarine, right? That's a pretty big deal.
Well, yeah, I was eating dinner in Palm Springs in a restaurant. I'm like, hey, this guy sounds really familiar.
He keeps saying peace and love for some reason.
I had no idea. I was the worst fan ever.
You saw him at a restaurant. Was he singing and eating at the same time?
Oh, no.
That was good.
No, he was proper. I was not. Maybe the guys were harmonizing with the lead through the whole thing. That's probably why you couldn't hear them.
Maybe, yeah.
Because they're pretty good at harmonizing.
Maybe that's why we can't figure out the voice. If it's all of them at the same time, singing exactly the same part.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That would
so
be funny
close.
if they did.
It sounds like one vocal.
Sounds like one person, yeah.
That's amazing how they can blend their.
That is
maybe
talent.
that's
Like, that
why
is-
we don't recognize the voice because they're all blending
Right.
so perfectly.
Like that 500 Miles song. Who sings that?
So you're saying whoever
Proclaimers.
sings this song?
I
Yeah.
would walk 500 miles. You know, you can't even tell that there's like
That was some good Scottish.
two people singing. Pretty awesome.
No, it was Welsh.
Were they Welsh? I thought they were. No, they were Welsh. Yeah, yeah.
Or were they?
No, they were Scottish.
Cornish.
No, they're Scottish. They're Scottish. Anyway, no,
Same-
no. But think about it
same
though.
place,
If
isn't it?
all the Bare Naked Ladies all sang this in unison at one time, and that's the voice you got, then this song is basically the vocals on this are basically the super group of all the B&L people put together. It's like the mutant of all the Bare Naked Ladies singing together. This is the gloriousness you get when you take them all and you put them together. As
This is
one
the
vocalist.
Voltron of
Right, this is the
B&L voices.
right, exactly. Yes, this is what we're getting here. They need to do this more often.
I don't know. We'll talk about that. I don't know if I agree with that. I may not be a fan of the voice on this one.
Oh,
Bare
really?
Naked Ladies Unite.
Yeah,
You don't really like it?
I don't.
Is that your trouble with Tracy? Is the vocals?
That's my well. There's many troubles with Tracy with this song. But
Oh,
we'll
really?
get
You
to
have a
that.
lot. You have.
Oh yeah,
Tracy,
Yeah,
your
okay.
personal issues should not shine through on the podcast, pal. So
they always do.
just because you eat a lot of hot peppers and then you reap the results on the toilet bowl, just doesn't mean you have problems with the song, pal.
I have problems with the song.
Me
I
too.
wish there were more B&L references.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough.
There weren't enough for you.
There weren't enough. No, I could have used like 3 or 4 more. I
Well-
felt like it was a little stingy on the B&L references.
Since we're
Really?
getting
Okay.
to it,
Yeah.
One,
if you could-
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hold on, I'm only halfway through the song.
yeah,
You
we
know
don't
what
want
though?
to
I'm gonna laugh here
14,
because
Yeah, don't
19,
continue.
18, 19, 20,
Oh,
21,
it starts
22,
off with Hello
23,
City, so
24,
this must be like
25.
This
25
song-
references if you're not
Okay.
counting the repeats.
But we know that I did a Weird Al Yankovic parody tribute song, and I believe I have 55 references in there.
Yeah,
So
okay.
whoever did this song is really kind of an underachiever.
That's right.
Yeah, okay, but wait a minute. Wait.
Well, it was. No, go
First
ahead.
of all, there should have been 27 Weird Al
There should
references
have. I've heard
in that
that before.
song.
Yes, I have heard that. Yes.
And but even more so, B&L is self-referencing. I mean, going once again back to the Beatles, like the only band that really often does that, Glass Onion,
Oh, yeah.
they did not
right.
have 25 self-references even in that song.
All
how do you
right, fair
peel a
enough.
glass onion?
Carefully.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Anyways, this song
I've always had problems with the song Glass Onion anyways, so.
I was referring to like a literal glass onion. How
He
do
was.
you,
He was.
how do you
yeah.
peel it? How do you chop it? Does it still
break-
make you cry?
If you
I
break
don't get it.
If you break it and it shatters, it'll make you cry.
So I think this song is referencing Ottawa instead of Halifax.
You think so? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ottawa, okay.
So
go,
this is
go
about
ahead.
Ottawa, not Halifax. Okay.
Yeah.
What references did you see with that, Stefan?
Well, they start off with Hello City. So
That's about
I'm like,
Halifax.
they might as well just start as Hello City for every city in Canada. So I think this has to do with Ottawa. Why? I don't know why. Because I just like saying the name Ottawa. I don't know. I did I pull that out of my bum? I think I did.
You may have.
Pulled it out somewhere, buddy.
Maybe this song is about Halifax though, because they do start with "Hello City."
Well, it is the first words of the song.
And it's
Like
literally
that's
the
true.
first words of the song. Yeah. So
Now it's interesting. you were mentioning
we're already
the
on lyrics though.
references.
We're not talking about the music, but
Oh,
And maybe
sorry. I jumped the gun. Ottawa. It's definitely about Ottawa.
Ottawa.
how
come
many
on the show.
times are you going to reference Ottawa in this podcast?
Isn't
I
that
wonder
like,
at this point. I wonder at this point if the listeners are going, "Gee, I wonder what Jeff's going to pick for the ratings."
isn't Ottawa like Calgary?
How many Ottawas?
How many Ottawas? It's probably going to happen.
So everybody knows that Ottawa is very close to Calgary, and Saskatchewan is right there with them.
Isn't
So
Isn't that a
It's,
province? I didn't think that was a city.
It's
province.
Don't.
Am I gonna hurt myself trying to follow him? I probably shouldn't do that.
So we didn't talk about the guitar.
Stefan, you are the worst Mountie ever.
I know. I ride moose instead of horses. I like moose.
Actually, I think that'd make you the best Mountie.
That's
right
true.
now.
That would be pretty great.
It would look good.
One of the things we have not yet talked about is the guitar riff on this song. It's really interesting. It's very Ed-like. I think it's more Ed than Kevin. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Oh, I was just gonna say, it sounds to me like Ed's probably playing guitar. There's a little bit of keyboard in there. I think that's probably Kevin. So I think Ed's probably playing guitar.
I like the piano solo in the middle. Oh wait, that was the other song, wasn't it? It was. Oh my god.
Which, in fairness, when I thought the song was "Let There Be Light," I did write "Love the piano solo."
It's very good. It's very good.
Let's get over to the lyrics, because the way this is designed is interesting. Because I mentioned Glass Onion before, and I think one of the problems with Glass Onion is there's a lot of self-references, but they make absolutely no sense. The one thing that's different with this is that he starts off every single verse with a reference to a song, but then the rest of the verse makes sense with what he's trying to say. It's an actual story, and it's actually telling something rather than a bunch of self-references.
Until they get to the chorus, and I feel like the chorus, they just sort of strung some words together because they thought that kind of sounded good.
Right.
Well, all the names of albums.
It's got it.
Yeah. But it doesn't really make a lot of sense. I agree.
Oh. I thought it was kind of interesting because I'm like, there's actually a Gordon that they know of because they're mentioning Gordon again.
Right. That they actually... I didn't know Gordon was a real person until now.
I didn't know.
I just thought it was the name of an album.
I didn't know that they would, maybe this is where they came up with the whole idea for all these album names. Hey, there's an actual story going on here with the album names.
Right, but they had to go ahead and list, the worst possible Bare Naked Ladies album in the second line.
Well, they went in order.
I mean, maybe You Should Drive in the second line, the worst B.L.A.M album?
Not necessarily in order, because they do skip Stunt and then come back to it.
Right, that's weird, yeah.
Yeah.
But I do like the order.
They probably
I think
just did
the
that
song
for
is
a rhyme.
stunted because of that.
What were you saying, Trevor?
I would just say they probably just skipped it for a rhyme. It probably made more sense.
Well, yeah, Maroon 2. Wait a minute.
Well, no, not
B&L
really.
is notorious for having...
Not really, no.
Drive, Stunt. No, I don't think there's any rhyming there.
It's not.
No.
They are pretty notorious for having multiple rhymes within things.
No, that one pretty free verse. That was a weird choice there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what really bothers me though is that not once is Silverball mentioned.
That bothers you?
Well, it was written before Silverball.
Oh, that's probably true. Yeah.
Yeah. So the song came out.
That can be the only reason not to mention the greatest B&L album of all time.
They mentioned Snack Time.
They didn't mention Bare Naked for the Holidays, though.
No, that's true. Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean,
that would be too hard to fit into a line that made somewhat sense.
You just gotta weigh out Snack Time or Jesus, and frankly, Snack Time is awesome.
I do like how with each verse they did change up one of the references. So once it was Stunt, once it was Rock Spectacle, once it was Snack Time. I like how he changed that up a little bit.
I think it makes less and less sense each chorus, though, the line that they changed. I feel like the last time when they mentioned Snack Time, I think it makes no sense. They just feel like they just sort of felt they needed to throw that in there.
Everything to everyone is Snack Time, yeah.
I mean, I really like, I might be different from you guys, but the paragraph is am I the only one who feels this way? A 4-hour drive is like nothing to me because I know what's at the end and I'll see them again and again. Am I alone here? no, I couldn't possibly be. I find that quite profound because I've been on trips quite often, and it's like sometimes you see things over and over again, and it's like, sometimes you just kind of daze out. So a 4-hour drive is nothing. I find that part of the song quite, impactful and relatable to me, and I like that. I think that's good lyrics.
The lyrics definitely do get very deep. Like there's an emotional impact behind this song, which is tough to do when you're consistently trying to mention references. I love the bridge. I'm not gonna lie. I think the bridge is absolutely glorious in the way that it spins the references into basically story and ending with "Off the Hook," which is one of my favorite B&L songs ever. But yeah, I mean it's. They do a really impressive job of creating a really emotional sounding story, a really powerful story, while still spinning all these references into it. That's impressive.
But that's B&L, though. I mean,
they can do that. Yeah, they have that. They have that way with words. Yeah.
Well,
awesome.
and it's not just a story, but the story is taken from the point of view of the people in the movie. Like the idea of this movie are people and fans of Bare Naked Ladies and how much they really love Bare Naked Ladies, and the song really does take it from their point of view and tell the story from the fans' point of view.
Right, yeah.
Rather than telling it from B&L's point of view.
Yeah.
Now, I did look this up on IMDb. What part did Neil deGrasse Tyson play in the movie? Because I don't remember that.
I believe he was the narrator.
Was he the narrator?
I think
that
so.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Actually, I can see that. That's really nice. I guess Morgan Freeman was probably busy that weekend.
He couldn't do it, and then
so that Neil was able. Yeah. He's got a lot more time on his hands.
And they had him give a full-on science breakdown of the Big Bang Theory song as well. So
I remember that. That was really cool. Yeah, I like that. That was good stuff.
It's theoretical. Why should you discuss it? It's like discussing the flood, for Pete's sake. It's just another extinction event.
I especially like in the movie that if you really look closely though in the audience, it's like a who's who cameo of Canadians. Like Neil Peart's there, Anne Murray's there, Justin Bieber's there, Jason Priestley. Like they're all there. Alanis Morissette's there. It's really cool. Like
Celine
if you look
Dion?
in the audience scenes, Celine Dion's there. Right.
Sarah McLachlan.
If you look in the audience scenes, they're all there.
Trevor, I thought you were there.
I was at the very, very back.
Did you get all those signatures?
I did. I ran up to every single person in the audience before they left. It was great.
Being that far on the back, you must have entered in really late and then left before everybody left. No, that's amazing that you got signatures.
This must have been before Canada disowned Justin Bieber, by the way, because I distinctly remember him being in there.
Well,
I think he was allowed to go in. He just
was he okay? Yeah. And
they
Snow was there too. I mean, give props for putting Snow in there.
Kind of like Randy Quaid, right? I mean, he was let in, and then once he stayed in there for a while, they're like, "Wait a minute, he's not supposed to be here." Okay,
He snuck in. He snuck in. Yeah.
Oh, sort of like that joke.
Very funny, guys. Very funny.
I do think it's interesting that the end of it talks about, the ending line is full of folks like me who love to hear their poems. Thinking of these as poems rather than just songs is an interesting way of exploring their narratives.
Plus, it rhymes with home.
It does.
I think that's probably why they did that.
I'd like to think they were thinking deper than just the fact that it rhymed.
They may have been.
Come on. Let's give them some credit.
Well, and there is a very Ed line in here where, because we just got done talking about keeping it real a couple of weeks ago, where you don't know how much time you've got here on Earth. That's a very Ed line.
Right, yeah.
So try to soak it in. It's pretty profound.
That's a really good verse, though, and I do love the rhyme scheme. Like, the rhyme scheme throughout this whole thing is actually, it's got that clever, what is it? I would say it's an ABCCB would be what we're going for here. So each line is kind of an A, B, C, C, B rhyme scheme, which is really good. But I do like the concept with the you don't know how much time you've got on Earth. I try to concentrate on everything that's great to preserve the memories for what they're worth. That really good sentiment in that.
That's a great line. I really like that verse.
Yeah, I mean, you're just thinking about the fact that you just love these guys so much, and they're giving you so much joy in your life. Life is short, so live it up. Do the things you like to do. Go listen to who you want to listen to. I mean, that's a timeless idea.
Then the next verse is classic B.L.A.M. How they're like they're playing on the words. They're like daydreaming the night away.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's a good
wow,
line.
it's kind of cool how it's like, a play of words, daydreaming.
Mm-hmm.
I was all set to completely chew up these lyrics, but I actually enjoy them.
They do it all
day
long.
They're really good. They're decent.
I know. I was gonna really lay into them as well, but no, they are actually for what
I was
they're
really
trying
expecting not to like the song. Like when you sent it to me, I thought I was gonna hate this thing.
Me too.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, like it. I didn't like it because I hated Glass Onion, but I do like that it's better written than Glass Onion. It makes sense and it has the through story. And the better part is that the through story matches up with what they're trying to do in the movie. So, like, even though it's not telling the story of B&L, like, the more that I talk about this, the more that I realize it's telling the story of the movie. So do we have anything more to say about this song?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Trevor really hasn't given any breakdown on lyrics, but here's a lyric that reminds me of you, Tracy. It's like, to see your pretty smile, but I've got to go. But what is the going reference to? Does it mean I have diarrhea? Does it mean that I have to like leave because it's frightful? Is it? I just don't understand. But I like the lyric. It really reminds me of you.
The diarrhea reminds me. It reminds you of me. Thank you.
You're welcome. I was just letting you know that it's personal. These songs are personal to me.
My thoughts often turn to you, Tracy, during bouts of explosive diarrhea. It's weird. I don't know why that is. I wonder what Tracy's up to.
Yep.
I know what you're trying to say about me, guys. I know
there might not be a correlation. I'm just saying.
Just because you're going around the word doesn't necessarily mean I don't have to cut all that.
I'm completely PG-13, pal. We're good.
Yeah, except there's a chance that second graders are going to listen. It needs to be PG.
You do know that second graders have
second
Google.
Graders talk about diarrhea, right?
They have Google.
I am aware of that.
I wrote a diarrhea song. My second grader heard it.
So
and sings it in
that
school.
That probably explains the lyric, I'm on a grinning streak.
That's exactly what it is, yeah.
And all in good time, you will be too. That's pretty good. So
it's actually probably a pretty easy edit, Tracy. Just like a big chunk just gone. It's probably pretty easy.
Oh yeah, that a good 5-minute chunk right there. Only I've got to listen to it again and again and again.
We have to make his life miserable every once in a while, Trevor. It's just the
thing is I'm not trying to make it miserable. I'm just being me.
It just happens.
I know. That's the hard thing.
So, guys, why don't we put some numbers to this, Jeff?
Yes,
what do we get for a rating system?
So you all thought this was going to be on a scale of 0 to 5 Ottawas. That's too easy to go in the spreadsheet. So this is actually going to be on a scale of 0 to 5 Saskatchewans.
Saskatchewan.
You don't think I can spell it?
Well, everybody has Google.
I just got it up there.
Did you?
This is not a shameless plug to Google.
Just because I grew up in Maine doesn't...
It's always been my favorite Canadian province.
Just because I live in Maine doesn't mean I don't know my Canadian provinces.
I'm sure you do.
Trust me, Jeff. He grew up closer to Canada. They did growing up in Maine.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, it's going to be on a scale of 0 to 5 Saskatchewans, and I think Trevor, you should. You seem to know a lot about this song, so I think you should go first.
Well,
Don't be afraid to don't be afraid to rip into it either. You can totally drink the haterade on this if you want.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I can drink the hater on this one. I don't want to oversell it, but this may be the greatest piece of work they've ever come up with. And so I have to give this a glowing 5 out of 5 Saskatchewans.
Wow. 5 out of 5.
To have all those other references to all the other songs in there, it's fantastic.
Okay, so 5 out of 5. All right. Tracy, how about you?
I came in tonight totally ready to give this a 0. I will be honest. I came in completely prepared to hate on this song. Like I've said earlier, and I have mentioned many times in my notes, I absolutely hate the song Glass Onion. Love the Beatles, hate Glass Onion. But what they didn't do in their song was done right here. The more that I've listened to it over the week, the more it's really kind of grown on me, even though I hated myself for it. And I'm going to have to say that this is a really good song. I'm going to probably end up putting it into my iTunes.
Your iTunes?
Yeah, my iTunes. My iTunes to be able to continue listening to this randomly. So I'm going to give this a 4.
A 4.
That's pretty good.
That is respectable. That's very respectable. Well, I came into this tonight having heard the wrong song. But then once I did hear the right song, I was actually really amazed, in all seriousness, when the song started playing. I thought, this is really solid. And I love the vocals in this song. I think they're amazing. This is just a fan tribute that works. There's a lot of times people will do like the whole referential fan tribute type song. Like, Weird Al songs, for example.
We were busy singing Weird Al songs as loud as we could moan. Like Young, Dumb, and Ugly, and I Love Rocky Road. Played Eat It and Skipper Dan 27 times. It's all about the Pentiums, Virus Other, Ricky Melanie, and then War Crimes. We're cranking trash days, stand bad traffic jam, plus a complicated song, and I lost in Jeopardy. Bob alimony terms, Gump, and I was only kidding. Then we wound up in Albuquerque.
And they don't work well at all. This works for me a lot, and I really like it. I think the way that they weave the references to past works and albums and songs into it is really good. And like I said, they do it well, keeping a really solid message. I mean, there's a good story going along with this, and it's one of those stories that carries you through the song. And you're kind of right there as a B.L.A.M fan, as that one B.L.A.M fan that wants to get out of pandemic and go to concerts again and go, see your favorite bands again. And it's a really good. I love the rhyme scheme. I think the rhyme scheme was really clever on this. And the chorus is great. The guitar playing is great. The vocals are great. I got to go high on this. I got to go high. I think I'm going to give this one 4.6 Saskatchewans.
That is very respectable.
I like it. I like this song a lot. And I'm glad I was geared towards the right one.
Stefan, how about you?
Well,
that's my job. Wait, Stefan, how about you?
Okay. Well, I'm still trying to figure out how many Scoville scales does Saskatchewan rate on.
It's Schofield. That's the hotness of peppers.
Yeah, isn't it a pepper? A Saskatchewan pepper, right?
They're grown only in Canada.
I think that it is. I'm not sure. I don't know. But maybe we can find that out later on. But anyways, I like the lyrics. The lyrics were good. I mean, some of them really hit the spot for me. And I shouldn't have said it like that, but it did. Some of them were quite poignant, and it answered a long-term question for me about why did they name their first album Gordon? And apparently Gordon is a real dude. So I'm really looking forward to trying to find out more about who Gordon is and whether or not there's more songs that are based off of this dude's antics.
And if he should drive.
And if he should drive, or if he was born on a pirate ship, or most of his clothing is maroon, or I don't know. But we'll find out some of that stuff. And what time is his snack time? I don't know, but I'm really looking forward to learning more about Gordon. And I think it's really well sung. I think
Speaking of which, is it a good idea to name or to color your pirate ship maroon? That seems like a recipe for disaster.
Well, it doesn't.
That's
go
like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, what's going to happen to the ship? We're going to get marooned.
Oh, now see, I was just thinking,
go there.
It being the color maroon, like then you're not going to have to swap the decks from all the blood, like easy.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I grew up on a lobster boat, so it's like I've got all these lobstermen superstitions going through my brain, and maroon was never a part of them. Never having a pig on a boat, so you don't eat ham or any pig product on a boat, and you don't paint your boat blue. And there's
real.
You lobstermen are interesting.
That's real. It's real. And
never eat a blue pig, and
no, it's any pig product because you don't want pigs on a boat.
So no pigs on a lobster boat.
No pigs on a boat. No, it's bad luck.
Oh,
yeah. So you don't
pigs in a blanket, but no pigs on a boat.
You don't paint your boat blue or
Pig
black.
and a poke.
Why?
I don't know. It's just something that we don't do.
Because maroon is such a nicer
but not
color.
Blue or black.
Yep. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't get it. But whatever, man. But I like
you
the
haven't
song.
given us a number yet.
No, you haven't.
Have I? Okay. Well, I like the guitar. The singing by either Ed or Taylor or whoever does the singing is great. I think they're a little pitchy, but they're good. So it's probably Taylor who does that. I'm just kidding. I don't even know anything about. I don't know anything about singing.
Oh, now that you think about it, it does sound an awful lot like Taylor Swift in this song.
Does it?
I couldn't put my finger on it, but this must be a Tay-Tay song.
Wow.
Featuring
whatever's going on
man.
with you, Jeff, you just need to shake it off.
I think she just had a little. I think she had a little cold that day. But I think, yeah.
That's why her voice is so deep.
Yeah.
Right. She was a little stuffed up, but it, brought some depth to the voice.
Taylor
Absolutely.
Swift, we know you listen. Please come on the show.
Oh my God. These jokes are making me drop tears on my guitar. It's just horrible.
Oh.
So anyways, that's why I rank it at.
I knew he was trouble.
You didn't give us a number.
What?
You didn't give us a number.
Oh, like randomly? 3.14. That's all I got. 7, 8, something.
Pound that pie.
And I sung that in the A-B-B-A scale thing. Yeah. So.
And that's why we have Trevor instead of you doing the breakdown for the music.
I'm just a regular dancing queen over here. Anyways, it's pretty good. I think it's a good song. Would I put it in my playlist? Nah, I won't put it in my playlist. But I mean, it's still pretty good. I like the guitar. I like the lyrics. I think the singing's spot on. I'm going to give that more than Jeff because he's a wiener. So I'm going to give it 4.8 Saskatchewans on the Scoville scale.
Wow, I'm the hater of the group tonight.
You are the hate. Yeah.
Wow,
man.
Yeah, we don't like you anyway. So
the writer of this song must hate you right now.
So those listeners who want to come
4.0. Let's see you write a song.
I didn't say I could do better.
Let me Google a song and I'll say I wrote it. Hold on. So Jeff, what songs do you really like?
So
Let me Google it.
While we're going, you're Googling the song or whatever. I do want to bring up the appearance for this week, which is the movie that this is at the end of, which is a really great movie. I recommend people go out and watch it. Bare Naked Ladies and Me. It's a fan letter to the fans, and it really is amazing to watch. So definitely, I don't know where you can download it. I know that I went and got it on B.L.A. HTTP but I don't know if that they've changed the background name on that now, so I have to look that up again to see what the new background or what the new website name is.
I think it's just on YouTube.
You could probably just illegally torrent it somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, second graders. I'm sorry.
I think it's just on
Well,
YouTube.
don't come to the podcast unprepared, Tracy. Come on.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah, it's just on YouTube.
Oh,
Yep.
then I'll look it up and I'll put it into the liner notes.
Yeah, you better.
Wait a minute. What?
Yes.
Well, no, I'm looking.
It's a way better title. That's a way better title.
I'm looking at the YouTube video, and under the description, under the details,
is it a stunning, long, wavy-haired Canadian?
by Trevor Cox.
Surprise!
No, it doesn't.
What?
April Fools.
This Trevor?
All right. I hate all you guys because, I mean, I'm like...
Tell us any real information behind this song.
I can. Although I'm sure right now all the listeners have turned it off angrily because they're like, I was listening to a real song, which is... surprise April Fool's show. You guys did get me. I think I told you this before. Your Buddy Holly episode the first time. You did get me. I listened to the whole thing. I'm like, I don't think it's them, but I trust these guys. They must know what they're talking about. Yeah.
No one's ever going to listen to our April Fool's episodes ever again.
That's right. No, so this is a song I wrote for the movie. The movie is real. Bare Naked Ladies and Me. And I forget how I discovered it. Somebody was, I don't know if it was on a fan site that I followed or something like that, but they were promoting that someone was looking for fans to send in film clips of themselves explaining why they liked Bare Naked Ladies so much. And this had come out just a few months after I got the chance to play with them on stage. So I thought, I've got to be a part of this. I've definitely got to include that in there. So I reached out to the person who was putting this together. Her name was Sarah. And I said, hey, here's my video. I definitely want to be a part of this. And also, do you want music for the movie? I had studied film in university, and I'd done the score for a few short student films. And I thought, this is kind of my wheelhouse. This is exactly my favorite band, and this is the type of music I write. So I thought, take a shot and just say, hey, do you want me to put some music in the background? And I was really fortunate that she came back and she said, yeah, I would love that. So I got to write all of the music in the movie that's not B&L music, any sort of background stuff. I wrote all of that, and throughout the whole time, I tried to write only with instruments that I had heard on B&L albums. So mostly guitar, bass, drums, piano. But I tried to throw in a few others, banjo, mandolin, and things like that. And then at the end, I did write this song for the end credits. And it's really long, and I think I went overboard. But yeah, I tried to fit as many B&L references as I could. Again, every verse starts with a new song title. Hello City, Am I the Only One? When You Dream, Another Postcard, Sorry Michelle. I Have Learned, and Daydreamin'. I will say that's one of my favorite parts of the earlier episodes is how she would always say how much she hated Another Postcard, no matter what song you're talking about. And then in the bridge, I threw in a few more. Never Is Enough, Never Do Anything, Some Fantastic, Too Little Too Late, Falling for the First Time, Go Home, It's Only Me, Off the Hook.
Never is enough, never do anything. That's some fantastic point of view. Too little too late is like falling for the first time. Go home, it's only me, you're off the hook.
And then, yes, the choruses, which, again, looking back on it now, because I haven't really listened to this since I wrote it for the movie. So I kind of went back and listened to it getting geared up for tonight. And the choruses make no sense at all. I just sort of threw in as many B&L albums as I could. And I think they make less and less sense as it goes along. Good with the snack time thing.
Wouldn't drop by tonight, saying maybe you should drive. I was born on a pirate ship, the color maroon. Everything to everyone is just a rock spectac. I'm on a grinning streak, all in good time you'll be too.
But I did mention before this song was written in the capo 4 position, and that was definitely on purpose. Never Is Enough is my favorite Bare Naked Ladies song, and that is played in the capo 4 position, so I wanted to make sure I wrote using that. So Is When I Fall, which is just a fantastic one to play. I love playing that one. So anyway, so I sent her the song, and I sent her all the music, and I got to be a part of this really cool fan film. So yes, please check it out. It's really great. But what's even better is that I, since doing the movie and then putting it out, I know for a fact that the band has seen it, which is amazing.
Nice.
So,
yeah.
a few months later, or maybe even a year later, I don't remember how long, but, the filmmaker, like I said, Sarah, I don't know if she met them at a VIP beforehand or something. I don't know, but she got a copy of the movie to them, and she sent me an audio recording that she had done where Ed was talking about it. I think she had got one of the VIP things where she got to go to a sound check, and he was kind of talking about it. He, a couple things that he'd said, I kind of wrote down some quotes. He said it was really lovely, incredible. He loved it, and he said thank you to everyone who contributed. So if you were a part of the movie, Ed and the rest of the band have for sure seen the movie, which is pretty incredible. And for me to know that they have definitely heard my music, which is pretty great. Mm-hmm. And then I got one more thing. And then after that, Sarah had sent me a package in the mail. There's a little note on it. She says, hey, I went to this tour. I got you this poster. Sorry. Some guys wrote on it before I could mail it out, and I open it up, and it's signed by the band.
Oh, yeah.
And all little messages to me about the music in the movie. So Kevin just simply wrote, thanks, T. Tyler wrote, thanks, Trevor, good choices. Jim wrote, thanks, Trevor, I love the film. And then Ed wrote, I heart Trevor, nice job on the music. So that's framed. Wow. It's up in my music room in my house. So, like I said, for something that I kind of saw online, it's like I want to be a part of this, and I just simply asked, "Hey, can I write the music for this?" For her to say yes and kind of take a chance, having heard none of my stuff, that was pretty incredible. And so, like I said, I'm really, really happy that I was able to be a part of this. So again, sorry for tricking you, everybody. It's not a BNL song, but it is a song taken from the point of view of a fan going to see them constantly over and over again in concert. That's kind of the overall theme and the overall story of the film, except for, again, the choruses that make no sense. But that's kind of it. That's all I got.
And I love the bridge does make a lot of sense, though.
I think it kind of does.
The bridge is brilliant, yeah.
Yeah. I think some parts do.
And I gotta say, like, I know that we've been playing tonight, but I do really think it sounds like an Ed song, or a kind of an Ed / Kevin type mixed song, and it really is amazing.
Well, thank you very much. And I do want to say, yes, we were kidding. I'm not that conceited. I wouldn't have rated it a 5. Just so you know. But thank you very much.
I honestly would rate it a 4, though.
Oh, well, thank you very much. And I like Glass Onion. So just say it.
That part was true on my part. I don't like that song. No, I really did enjoy it. Thank you so much for being a part of this.
Oh,
and for
thank
letting
you.
us have fun with this song as well.
Oh, absolutely.
It was actually a lot of fun to do this episode.
Yeah, thank you, Tyler.
Oh, and Aaron, you're not really replaced. That was a joke too.
Yeah,
no.
That was part of the April Fools. Aaron, please do come back.
Please come back. We know you listen.
Oh man. Oh,
I hope
that
he
was
listens.
the best part of my.
Hopefully, you didn't shut off after that first minute.
Aaron, please come on the show. We know you listen.
Hey, Tracy, where can people send emails and find us?
Well, people can find us at barenakedabcs at gmail.com. They can also find us on Facebook at B&L Podcast, or look us up under Bare Naked ABCs. And they can also find us on Twitter. Well, Jeff will actually get back to you because Tracy does not.
You're going to send a whole bunch of emails saying, I listened to that whole thing and it wasn't even a BNL song.
I promise one day the April Fool's episode will be a real BNL song. So
3 years from now.
Don't give away the hint.
Trevor, where can we hear more of your music or things that you put out? And also, where can we see the movie?
So the movie is actually just on YouTube. That's at least where I know to look for it. So again, any music in the background of the film that's not BNL music is mine. And then again, the song at the end credits is the one that we were talking about tonight. I do have one album out that I put out in December of 2019. Just a 7-track album called Everybody at the Mall is in My Way. And then I do have a Facebook page where I do a very small, 3-song live stream most Mondays. I've not been great at doing it routinely every Monday lately, but most Mondays I do that, and hoping to do some more recording this summer and get something else out. So I've got a bunch of songs written. I just haven't done anything else with them yet. So I think it's Trevor Cox Music on Facebook. If you search that up, you should be able to find it.
Yes, you can. And you can also buy it on Amazon, but I recommend getting it directly through you.
Well, it's anywhere digital music is at, you can find that. I don't know how to get people CDs, so unless you find me in real life.
And you're also on Spotify, I see.
I am. Yeah, I'm on all the real digital stuff. It's crazy. So pretty much anywhere you can find digital music, you can find the album.
You know you've really made it when you make it onto the digital platforms. If you haven't made the digital platforms, then you really haven't made it. Not even getting a piece of it. He's just totally ignoring that.
Was that directed at me?
No, not at all, Jeff.
I was searching Trevor Cox Music on Facebook. What did you say?
He said, "Thank you, Jeff."
I'm cutting that out before it makes the episode.
Was that a music dig? I feel like that was a music dig.
No, I would never make a dig at your music.
Okay, thanks, man.
Thank you again, Trevor. It was
problem.
a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thanks, that was fun. Don't forget, no regrets, except maybe one.
To celebrate joining Pantheon Podcasts, Rock Camp, the podcast, the official podcast of Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, is giving away a guitar signed by Mike Portnoy of Dream Theater, Marty Friedman, formerly of Megadeth, and legendary shredder Zakk Wylde, plus our rockstar counselors like Vinny Appice, Monty Pittman, and more. To enter to win, simply follow, rate, and review our podcast on your preferred platform, and that's all you have to do. For more information, go to rockcamp.com/podcast.